Welcome back. In the dynamic and in-demand field of physical therapist assistant programs, our sponsors at Bryant Stratton College stand out for their student-focused instruction and immersive experiences. Joining me now with more details on their curriculum are Jennifer and Rich. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me, you two.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. Jennifer, I'll start with you. Can you tell us about what physical therapist assistants do?
Sure. Physical therapist assistants, they help restore movement, function. They work with a wide variety of different diagnoses. It could be anything from somebody who had back pain or a fracture or a sprain or a total knee replacement. They also work with people who've had a stroke or Parkinson's disease.
Okay. What's the difference between a PT and a PTA?
Good question. So a PT is going to do the evaluations and make the plan of care. The PTA works under the supervision and direction of the PT, and they implement the treatments. And so they're the ones who, they might be doing stretching and strengthening and balance exercises, working on functional activities.
What do job prospects look like for PTAs?
They actually look wonderful. It's a great field to be in. There's a high demand for PTAs. And all of our graduates, every year, we've always had 100% graduation rates, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
We have wonderful relationships with our employers, and so we really have really great feedback from them as well.
Can you tell us about some of the settings, the type of settings that PTAs can work in?
Sure. They can work in, it's wide open. So they can work in hospitals or long-term care, subacute care. They can do home health. They can do outpatient. We can also work in schools and then also in sports facilities.
Yeah. Okay. Rich, tell us about what your path looked like before starting the PTA program.
Well, out of high school, I went to college. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I took business kind of as a default fallback, and I graduated from UB and worked in business for many years, and I just wasn't fulfilled, and I didn't know where I was going. So after the pandemic, where things opened up, I really started thinking about the future more and decided to go back to school. And being a former patient of PT, a lot of injuries, I decided to look into it, and that's when Bryant Stratton happened.
Okay. What did you like about the PTA program at Bryant Stratton?
Well, Dr. Shaftstall has built a familial atmosphere. It's a very tight-knit group, small classes. It was a team effort. Not only the classmates, but the teachers are on your side. They support you, and it's a hands-on program. The classroom's a PT gym, so every day we're active, we're moving, and it's something different every day. It's great.
That's pretty cool. Do you feel like you were prepared and excited for your career as a PTA?
Absolutely. We have plenty of opportunity for the clinical rotations. We're out there in the field, so by the time you graduate, you've been out there. And our teachers are people that have been in the field. They're not just teaching from the textbook. They're teaching from real experience, and it's a huge thing.
Yeah. Tell us how long the actual PTA program is.
The program is 20 months, so it's just under 2 years.
That's great.
It is. It's 5 semesters. 4 of those are going to be at Bryant Stratton in the classroom, doing lab experiences and clinical internships. Your last semester is all full-time clinical internships, so you're actually out in the field and you're working in clinics.
What would you say to someone that is looking for some type of job in the medical field and why PTA might be a good fit for them?
You know, it's a wonderful profession. It's a very caring profession, but you're able to spend time with your patients. And so you get to know your patients and you develop relationships with them and support them along the way. And so it's very meaningful.
And you don't have to have a medical or scientific background to get into it. I was business, didn't really know anything about anything, and now I'm going to be a PTA, so it's exciting.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Congrats. Are you done with the program or are you graduating?
Graduated, so just waiting on the licensure exam in a month. And
amazing.
Yeah, but it goes by fast. 20 months, it feels like 10 months. It does.
It goes by. About how many students are within a program?
We're able to accept 11 into our program. That's what we were when Rich was in the program, but we're really excited to announce that our accrediting body just approved us to accept a few more seats into it. So now we're able to accept up to 22.
It's awesome.
And so this just happened, and so now we have some more seats available for the fall start.
Which, even still, expanding to 22 is still so intimate with your classmates. Like you said, because you learn from your classmates as well as your teachers, I'm sure, your professors.
Absolutely. If you're struggling with, musculoskeletal, one of your classmates will help, and then you help them with neuro kind of thing. It's, it's one of those things where everyone's on the same team. It's great.
Do you also help facilitate your students with where they can go to actually get those jobs?
Yes, actually, Bryant Stratton is very supportive. We have a career services department, and they are phenomenal. They're very involved, actually, into our program, helping with resumes and job interviews. And so they're very supportive in helping us locate jobs for our students. But also, what's nice is that we have really great relationships with where we do our clinical internships. And a lot of our students actually get offered jobs just by being part of the clinical internship at that facility.
That's awesome. When do classes start and how can people apply?
They start in the fall, so they'll start in September, and they can contact Bryant Stratton College. The campus is located in Orchard Park, and they just contact the college, and I believe you'll have some information on that.
That's right. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing about your experience on this PTA program. Viewers, if you'd like to learn more about the PTA program through our sponsors at Bryant Stratton College or any of their other programs, you can visit bryantandstratton.edu. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you.